Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Monday Live ADRP Facebook. Apologies first. Friday we didn't get a show out. My fault. Partner in crime was on the way to Bathurst. We got up pretty early to get her out to, I'll let you know, I think everyone who's seen our page, out to Rochelle's, and the two of them headed up from there. So I got home and had some jobs to do with some people, had some crazy ideas, and it just didn't get done. So to double up, we're going to have double trouble today, and we'll talk a little bit about the normal stuff I talk about, catching up on what's happening, and Nicole's going to give us a little bit of insight into how she and Rochelle went up at Bathurst, and also a little bit of social news, I'm sure.
Thanks. What social, as in what type of social?
Yep, you know. All right, guys. So I'll kick it off with a question to Nicole. Tell us, Nick, you and Rochelle, you headed up to Bathurst.
Yep.
What was the impetus behind that, and what was the highlight of the weekend?
Well, thank you for asking. It all comes back to what we are really pushing at the moment when it comes to drag racing, and that is very much getting out there and being exposed. I mean exposed in the right way. So Rochelle got the opportunity. She's basically surrounding herself now with a team of people who are there to promote her and push her forward out into the public arena, which we help a lot of teams do, and we really encourage a lot of people to do. So Rochelle was encouraged to go up to Bathurst for the weekend. Even though she wasn't taking the car, she knew that she needed to be out there and put herself out there in front of people over the weekend, and there were a lot of huge things and really exciting things. I know that we say that a lot in the sport, but a lot of really, not how do you say it?
New and different at people you were able to talk to, new and different opportunities.
And the connections that we made. She also, they did a live cross with her, which was fantastic. And
that was for Fox Sports, I think, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just putting herself out there, and she is a brand because of all of her achievements in the past, and now that she's returning to racing, she knows that she has to take a brand new approach. It's not like it used to be back in the day. So she's actually saying, you know, I'm going to embrace this. I am a brand. I need to put myself out there. So, yeah, it was really cool.
Awesome. And obviously, after Sandown, we were there with the car with her and the other awesome rock stars that we had at Sandown showcasing drag racing.
Yeah.
So this is just another level and another opportunity to get drag racing out there in front of some different people and some different mediums. So that was very cool.
Because she's taken that step. She did Maguire's Motor X, that we did the reveal, and you know that one thing has led to another. So if there's any advice that I can really give to anyone out there, any drag racers out there, or anyone who's doing events or even tracks themselves, is really get out there and push as hard as you can. You really have to put yourself out in front of people because there's so much competition nowadays, not just with drag racing and not just with motorsport. We're actually competing against all different types of people who are putting themselves out there to make people brand aware of what they're trying to do.
So any form of entertainment is our opposition.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Now, I see from some of the photos you sent through to me, you might have posted them. I got a little confused with which ones went to me only and which ones went to everybody else. The two of you caught up with Matt Mingay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great to see Matt back up and about.
Oh, yeah, that was just we sort of touched base with him a few times over the weekend, and I don't know what to say about Matt without sort of waffling on for hours at a time, but a really genuine guy. It's phenomenal what he's been through, and to see where he is now. I think I'm lost for words when it comes to Matt, because he's just a really genuine guy. He works incredibly hard, and to bounce back the way he has and to continue for even himself, to keep putting himself out there, is fantastic. Also, another guy that I met from that team, Mark Pesh, he is also a phenomenal guy, and the way they work together is amazing. So yeah, I know that I'm using a lot of phenomenals and amazings and stuff like that, but when it comes to Matt Mingay, it's absolutely relevant. Yeah.
All right, so enough of the name dropping. Some of us were still back here holding the fort while you were up there.
Moffat,
yeah, okay. Stop now. Okay, so again, it was an extension of what we always talk about, guys. It's getting out in front of different and new people, different and new audiences, and on this occasion using some different and new mediums. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I noticed, and just having, further to what we're talking about is that I noticed that Android put out a notification, I think it was last week, that they wanted to do a display for, a pre-event display, and they sort of put a call out there. So if you see that display, contact Andrew and say yes, because continuing to say no or continuing to not do it is not going to help you. So
and our sport.
Yeah, but my advice is and sometimes people would think, it's all about them and that particular team, but it's not. Just keep putting yourself out there. Don't be shy. You'll be really, really surprised at how receptive the public is.
Okay. Awesome. All right, there's that wonderful word awesome again that I keep getting in trouble for overusing. So let's talk a little bit about drag racing while Nicole gathers her thoughts as to what she's going to talk to you guys about next. Okay, so we've got Mildura's Summit Round coming up on the 22nd and 23rd. That'll be a big event for those guys. I know a lot of Victorians will be travelling up for that, some South Australians and maybe New South Welshmen travelling down. After the Swan Hill unfortunate washout due to Mother Nature's power, it will be, it'll be a great opportunity for a pretty much a first hit out and a few cobwebs blown out for a lot of teams. So make sure you get onto their Facebook page, their website. Excuse me, if you haven't chased up what's going on up there yet, entered, get onto it. The same weekend, or the following Monday, Street Machines Drag Week kicks off. Now, a little bit different to the what we traditional drag racers love, but some amazingly fast cars and some really cool, I guess, achievements by a lot of those guys. Really seeing turbos come to the front there. So it'll be something worth watching. They head to, as I said, to Calder on the 24th, on the Monday 24th, then to Heathcote on the Tuesday, Mildura on the Wednesday, Portland on the Thursday, and back to the Calder Park for the final on Friday. That would be leading to the following meeting at Calder, which is Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars, the Graham Cowan show, which we were lucky enough to have the Rustler participate in our last showcase Rockstars of drag racing at Sandown. They'll be there along with the APSA guys, so I think Peter Alexander and his team, and obviously all of the APSA guys will be out there putting on a pretty good show. Poe cancelled this morning. We've seen on Facebook that the Grudge Kings at Willowbank this weekend has been cancelled due to lack of entries. So come on, Queensland, get your digit out and get out there, and when you get the opportunity to participate in this awesome event that he's putting so much work into, make sure you support the event and make drag racing great again. Where was I going there? I was going to...
Hi, Simone.
The East Coast Nationals are rapidly approaching November 4. I think like 3.5 weeks away. We'll be up there. We hope to see a lot of you up there, both teams and spectators. It should be a pretty cool event. There's still a few sketchy details around, so maybe we'll see some information detailing exactly what's going to happen come out shortly. So we'll be looking forward to that from Sydney. If we get that, we'll feed it out to you guys as fast as we can. Now, Nick, that's about all I've got in drag racing, because unfortunately, drag racing is like aeroplane travel. It's hurry up and wait, and we seem to be hurry up and waiting at the moment.
Yeah.
I know there's a few teams out there that wish it was waiting a little longer to get some parts and get their cars back together. But talk to us again. You told us about Bathurst and the different way that you've done that. You've been giving the guys some tips throughout the last couple of months on social. Have you got anything that's new, anything that's exciting, or anything that you think it's one of those things that I always remember when someone tells me to do it, but I never remember to do it?
Yeah. And this isn't usual for me, and Rochelle and I had a bit of a laugh about this. Hi, Rochelle. On the drive up and the drive back, is that live's not my thing, and she keeps telling me that I do live really well. So I actually thought I'd jump on and do it and show her that it doesn't have to be perfect, just keep doing it. And I think that's one of my social tips, actually, is that she's given me the thumbs up, is that Social media doesn't have to be perfect when it comes to brand awareness. It just has to be done. And it's got to be done consistently. So don't go all out there and think that you're going to do it for a week and just blast, the universe with your social media. It has to be, for the most part, it has to be planned. You're distracting me with planned content. Sorry, what was I saying? It doesn't have to be
planned content.
So it has to be it does have to be planned content. So I sit down with my clients at the start of, it should be the start of the month, but we're quite busy at the moment. So it's the start of each week. And I sit down and I plan out the entire week's post just to make sure that our content is currently it's relevant to what's happening right now. And we weave in some ad hoc posts around that. So that's my social media tip, is plan your week, prepare for any events that are coming up. Don't just, sit down at the end of the night and go, I haven't posted on such and such a page and I better do it now. It really needs to be planned so you can just get it out of the way and, it's done.
Okay. So that, jumping in, that's the rock solid bedrock base for their weekly, monthly posts, but the ad hoc stuff is something exciting, something new, something a little bit off the wall. Doesn't have to be, I can't do this. This really cool thing's just happened. I can't do it because I've got a scheduled post going out, or I've got my plan. Just do the ad hoc and get the information out there.
Absolutely. So it is about spur of the moment as well as what you've already scheduled in to post out. You guys might have noticed on the weekend we had scheduled posts that went out. You don't know that they were scheduled, but it's also a little bit of, weaving that in. So just in case the airwaves are quiet for a couple of hours, when you're catching up with rock stars at Bathurst, that happens. I'm really rubbing it in, guys, sorry. But you can then be sure that your audience is still being engaged with, and there's still a conversation going while you might not necessarily be available to post at the time.
Okay,
if
cool.
That makes sense. If anyone's got any questions about that, chuck them through to our page or send them through to me on my Facebook page as well.
Awesome. All right, and if anybody's got anything that I've missed out on, we covered Mildura Summit Round, Drag Week, Calder, the outlet, Aeroflow Outlaw, Nitro Funny Cars, and the APSA guys, pose cancellation. So if there's anything we've missed out on, let us know. We'll make sure we give it some airtime. Be safe, get out there, and go fast and be well. Thanks, guys.
Something I was going to say, if you do go live, let us know, because I really want to share what you guys are doing out there. So let Brett and I know that you've done a live. We're not going to go on to it and go, oh, look what they've done. We're going to really embrace that and share the shit out of it, as we say. So we want to encourage the work that you guys are putting into exposing yourself, if I can say that. So get out there and really embrace social media.
Cool. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, guys.
Ciao, guys.
Bye.